One more I will see you on the flip side. One more I will see you on the flip side. One more I will see you on the flip side. One more I will see you on the flip side. Malvin Wildcard, I will see you on the flip side. Flip side. Flip side. Flip side. Malvin Wildcard, I will see you on the flip side. Flip side. Flip side.
RWBY Volume 4 World of Remnant videos. What is up, guys? Amalgam Wildcard here. So, Rooster Teeth has released more World of Remnant videos, this time for Volume 4. Now, I know there have been people in the past asking me to react to the World of Remnant videos. The thing is, I have already watched all of the previous ones, and I came to the conclusion that yeah, they were interesting, but there wasn't a lot. Well, there wasn't a big amount of me to actually react to. I'm assuming these will be the same way, but I think this will be a good way for me to get back into the RWBY swing of things. So, yeah. Whether or not I react a lot just depends on what's in the videos, honestly. So, there are 4 videos. I'm assuming it's only going to be 4 videos. Obviously, Wikipedia isn't the most reliable source, but when I checked for Volume 4 videos, it said these were the only World of Remnant videos. All 4 of these. It's Vale, Mistrel, Atlas, and Vacuo. So, I will watch all 4 of these in one video, and you can see my reactions. So, let's not waste any time and get to it. Go.
RWBY World of Remnant.
Vale.
Well, school's definitely out.
A crow.
Let's see if we can't all learn a little something. Welcome to the world of Remnant. Not the best place to live, but depending on where you're staying, it can get a little easier. You've got towns and villages that pop up as fast as they fall. The faunas have menagerie, but the sweet spots are Vale, Mistrel, Atlas, and Vacuo, the 4 kingdoms of the modern era. And each one's special.
So what are those other 2 areas?
Let's talk about Vale. In the grand scheme of things, Vale's pretty well guarded. It rests on the northeastern end of the world's largest continent, Sunus. Like most successful kingdoms, Vale's survival over the years can mostly be attributed to prime real estate. Its front is protected by steep mountains, and its back is against waters too shallow for any real threat to pop out of. Not to say I haven't heard some crazy fish stories. Aside from the main city, which the kingdom's named after, the Vale territory also extends to several neighboring cities farther along the northwest coastline, as well as a small island named Patch. Nice place to raise a family, if you're into that sort of thing. Of course, all attempts to extend the kingdom's reach past the mountains and farther into the mainland have been colossal failures.
Oh, is that the Mountain Glen?
Like I said,
what happened there?
In the grand scheme of things, Vale ain't half bad. Regular climate, natural barriers, and some serious border defenses means the citizens of Vale can spend less time worrying about survival and more time just living their lives. Of course, with the fall of Beacon, everyone's a little more worried these days. And they should be.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Let's move on to Mistrel. Well, first, he was talking about the 4 kingdoms. It said Vale, Vacuo, Mistrel, and Atlas. But there were 2 parts on the map that weren't covered. Does anybody know what those are? Let me know in the comments below. So let's go ahead and watch Mistrel. Mistrel. I
Right.
was like, what?
Where were we?
Crew.
The east of Samus is Remnant's second largest landmass, Anima. That's where you'll find the kingdom of Mistrel. Of the 4 kingdoms, Mistrel has the most controlled territory, meaning you'll find a wider variety of ecosystems and lifestyles. Trust me, this place is something for everyone, for better or worse. The high society folks of Mistrel are known worldwide for their contributions to fashion, architecture, theater, all the things that make the world pretty and tolerable. But its lower class has got a fame of its own. Mistrel is home to the biggest black market on the planet. Need something that's hard to find? Got someone that's hard to kill? They can help, provided you've got the Lien to pay for it. There's one common thread that links all these people together, though. That's their respect for nature, particularly the sea and the sky. Natural resources and geography of the area impacted Mistrel's culture and technology in a big way. Its first settlers found shelter high up in the wind-carved cliffs, and as their population grew, so did their ability to utilize the land to its fullest potential. Real bunch of forward thinkers. Of course, the bigger the kingdom, the harder it is to govern. There's a reason traders and thieves flock to Mistrel. Main city's right under the council's eye, sure, but places like Windpath and Kuchinashi start to get a little farther out of sight. There's plenty of places to hide in Mistrel.
Interesting.
That's why you gotta know where to look.
Rooster Teeth animation. Another cool video. I noticed when they said something, but if you had the Lien to pay for it. Now I only didn't question what that word was because I played their Grim Eclipse game, and apparently in Horde mode, if you want to build turrets and stuff, it costs Lien to make those. So that's the only reason I know what that word is. I know that's kind of off topic, but yeah. Also, I've been thinking about posting gameplays for Grim Eclipse, Let's Play videos and stuff. Just let me know if you're interested in me posting that in the comments below. So, let's move on to Atlas, where Weiss is from. Atlas.
I suppose it's time we talked about the fine people at the top of the world. Atlas is Remnant's youngest and arguably most successful kingdom, but it's a bit of a special case. See, before the Great War, there was no Atlas. There was Mantle. At some point in time, a group of settlers were crazy enough to venture out into the northernmost continent of Solitas. I guess when you're that desperate, a frozen hunk of rock doesn't seem like such a bad place to call home.
Northernmost continent of
As a matter
what?
of fact, the harsh weather conditions proved to be just as useful as the mountain ranges when it came to keeping the creatures in Remnant bay. It also kept the people of Mantle from flourishing. Humanity's got a neat trick up its sleeve, though. Whenever we're faced with a problem, our inclination is to find a solution. The cold climate of Solitas forced its settlers to adapt. They developed a more advanced technology, and they did it faster than the rest of the world, because they had to survive. But it was the Great War that really kicked things off. New forms of dust application and weaponry allowed Mantle to expand. More and more territory was set aside for dust mining and research. The territory beside the kingdom's combat school, Alcius, was the most opportune area to construct a new R&D facility. But by the time things were all said and done, it would be much, much more. Alceus was reopened as Atlas after the Great War to house many of the warriors now seeking guidance in an effort to give back to the citizens. Mantle applied all sorts of new dust techniques and technologies it had used in the war to beef up the Academy's campus. School grounds expanded faster than they could have imagined. He even helped to better secure the surrounding areas. It wasn't long before the kingdom's military moved in. Then the labs and research facilities. Eventually, even residential areas started popping up. In time, it became apparent that the city of Mantle was living in Atlas' shadow. So the decision was made to move the kingdom's capital. Mantle was old news, and the kingdom of Atlas was born. A golden age of prosperity, they called it. Those left behind in Mantle would probably tell you that it was the coldest winter they ever knew.
That was a pretty interesting video. Offers a little more backstory to Atlas, because it all started in Mantle. And I don't remember what the second town's actual name was, because it said something, and then it like turned into Atlas, I think. Because I noticed that they moved the capital from Mantle to Atlas, if I understood that right. But I remember that them saying that town was named something else, I thought. But yeah, that was an interesting video. So let's move on to the final World of Remnant video, Vacuo. Vacuo.
Now, if there's one kingdom that's had it harder than the people of Mantle, it's Vacuo, the last of the four great kingdoms. The western end of Sanus is a barren and desolate wasteland. Long ago, before man went and ruined everything, it was a paradise. In the center of the vast desert was an oasis unlike anything you'd ever seen. A jungle bursting with natural resources, geographical defenses, and the world's largest recorded deposit of dust. Nomads that survived the journey across the scorching sand settled down in this little hidden gem, and over time the kingdom of Vacuo thrived. Unfortunately, comfort breeds weakness. While the rest of Remnant had to learn and adapt in order to survive, Vacuo's ancient society kicked back and lived a life of complacency. But when other, more developed kingdoms set their eyes on everything Vacuo had to offer, its citizens couldn't do anything to stop them from taking it. Years of human conflict, unrestricted mining, and ecological disasters have changed Vacuo. The paradise that was once there is practically indistinguishable from the surrounding deserts.
And that's the symbol that Weiss uses.
Homes, uprooting and traveling frequently in response to the fleeting resources and occasional attacks from the creatures of Grim. After the Great War, a formal government was finally established. But by that point, the folks living in Vacuo didn't much care to uphold its laws, making Shade Academy the only real source of order in the kingdom. But order isn't everything. Vacuo may not be as prim and proper as the other three kingdoms, but it's still standing. The people there have a mutual respect for one another. See, there's really only one unspoken rule in Vacuo. If you can survive here, then you're welcome here. So, there you have it. Vale, Mistrel, Atlas, and Vacuo. You know, Oz would always say that the four kingdoms were a representation of what mankind is capable of when working together. Ever the optimist. We sure could use him now.
I know. We need Osmond back. pretty interesting videos. So, like I said, there's not really a lot to react to these. They're more informational kind of things, but I enjoyed them. I thought they were interesting. It's just confusing me because it says there's 4 kingdoms, but there's 6 spots on the map. So what are the other 2 areas? Because you have Vale, you have Mistrel, you have Atlas, and then you have Vacuo. But there's 2 other ones that, if they were named, I missed it. So just let me know in the comments below. It may or may not be relevant. There might just not be anybody there. I did notice, right before that last video went off, the one at the top left, it looked like a dragon. Maybe that's where the big dragon Grim came from, possibly, and it flew down to Beacon. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still a newbie to RWBY. I rhymed, yay. Okay, so but that's pretty much it, guys. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, and share. Leave your comments down below, and I will see you on the flip side. Whoop whoop!
I will see you on the flip side. 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 Amalgam Wildcard, I will see you on the flip side. Amalgam Wildcard, I will see you on the flip side. 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 I will see you on